start this one.
I can't start it. I mean, I can, but it's awkward. Fine, I'll start it. Hi, I'm Steve.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm TV's Michael.
And
Now you can feed into your intro, Steve.
this is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast.
I was thinking about a new tagline for the show that would be shorter earlier today, and it's just...
Dude, I've got this one memorized. It took me 271 episodes.
Just let me pitch this. Just let me pitch this. We'll just say, your guitar friends on the internet. Welcome to 60 Cycle Hum, your guitar friends on the internet.
The guitar people you can trust.
It just sounds so chummy. Your guitar friends on the internet?
I don't know. That's what we are, right? We're
Your best guitar buds.
We're your guitar friends on the internet.
And you're listening to 60 Cycle Hum, those guys you don't tell your wife about.
That was pretty good, too.
The 60 Cycle Hum boys you tell her not to worry about.
That would be a good meme. Like,
It would be.
the podcast boys that she tells you not to worry about. The podcast boys that are her dad. The podcast boys that are her ex.
Okay, who are each of them?
We gotta build this. We can do this.
The boys you tell her not to worry about are the guys from Radio Lab.
Okay.
Oh, we're doing real podcasts.
Those aren't guitar
not just
boys. Those
guitar
are just
podcasts.
podcast boys.
Oh, the regular podcast boys. I'm so sorry. I thought we were doing a thing.
Or girls.
Yes.
I didn't mean to sound exhausted when I
People,
said that.
dudes, the guitar dude, the podcast dudes.
Guitar people. Guitar podcast people. Let's
Guitar people.
Let's start this episode. What's new, guys?
Oh man, same as it ever was.
I got there's water at the bottom of the ocean. I got a new pedal. That's what's new.
What new
Steve
pedal
had
do you
new
have?
pedals last week.
Yeah, I did.
We had Matt from Renan Cuff and it came with a pencil.
Oh, that would be perfect for that sponsorship that I haven't done anything with.
The pencil holder.
The pencil holder.
Watch. By the time this airs, you're going to be like neck deep in pencil
That,
holders. I haven't opened this yet.
That offer is
Why
going
is
to be
there?
rescinded.
Why does he send a pencil? That's
Because
This is adorable.
I'm
to
gonna
mark your settings, right?
Yeah, because this thing has literally
right.
3 million different ways to set it up.
Yeah, you got note space.
Yeah.
And a pencil that says Ren and Cuff.
He basically told me that this is
It's beautiful.
like a muff so that they don't ever have to release modified muffs ever again. Because
Genius.
this is all of them. Like,
no way.
oh, this is every like modification you could make to a muff.
Oh, I want one.
It's like 3 million different possible combinations. And that's not a joke. That's not an exaggeration. It's in the millions.
the muff to end all muffs.
But he came over and we were playing around with this thing. And it was like, oh, yeah, that sounds like a muff. And then all of a sudden he'd flick a few switches. And it sounds like the craziest, nastiest, like gated 60s fuzz you've ever heard.
That's so cool.
And like little things change, little things like, oh, that just feels a little different. And then things like will dramatically change.
Dramatic.
Sincerely
Are you
change.
serious right now?
I'm being sincerious.
My favorite guitar player is Jay Dramascus.
He'd probably love this pedal. It's pretty cool.
It's like his whole cabinet full of big muffs just
But
in one pedal.
I'm afraid that once I dial something in, like never to change it again because I'll never get back to it.
Well, that's why you got to write down your settings.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Gosh, Ryan.
I'm pretty excited about it. Though. I'm glad that he did send that to me. So that's my what's new. You got anything new, Steve?
You know what? I thought I had something new for this episode.
And then it got old.
But I don't know what it was. Maybe I forgot.
What about you, Mike? Anything new happened in the week since you've been here?
In the ensuing week since I was last on, for the home listeners, I winked.
Isn't it weird how we all showed up with the same clothes?
Well, I put on the same clothes just to like to remind myself of last week.
My laundry day is every Tuesday, so I just like this shirt. I'm having Adam of Satellite Amplifiers replace the 210s in my Hellion with a big old 15 because I love big 15-inch speakers.
Damn.
So much. Lots of bass, lots of big sounds, lots of rumble.
I've always wanted to have a 15-inch speaker in something.
They're glorious.
I wanted to get the Fender Excelsior. That had a 15 in it.
I have one of those and I love it. It's one of my favorite amps ever. Yeah,
I saw that
absolutely.
I saw that you have a Surfer Jets pin on your coat when you came in.
I love the Surfer Jets so much.
They use Excelsiors. great sounding amps.
They're one of my favorite bands, and I
So
love
good.
them.
They're
so
coming to
much.
San Diego.
Yeah,
in
I'm coming to that
August.
show. I'm gonna be there. I can't wait to hang again.
I should really try to go. I think it's Casbah, right? And then they're doing Tiki Oasis.
You should just get your band booked on that show, Ryan.
Oh man, we play 2 times a
Open
year.
for
It
them.
wouldn't be fair for us.
That
to...
could be one of the 2 times.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Shout out to Shermie. Good bud. You
Hey,
look
Shermie.
very cool.
You look cool.
She's in the Suffragettes, his wife.
Okay. She's your friend?
Yeah, I know her.
I
personally.
messaged them once and I was like, hey, if you guys ever want to do anything with the channel or you're ever in town, let me know. And then like they were I was asking them to send me a song when their album came out for us to play at the end of the episode. And then nothing came of it and they didn't follow up. And I was like, I don't want to write them again because I don't want to seem like that guy.
Can't seem desperate in the podcast game. People
But
smell
it's
that
like-
on you.
I bet. I mean, let's be honest about who they are. They're ripping, amazing guitar players, an amazing surf band that has earned their place in being a known band right now.
Absolutely.
They're a band full of attractive women, and I don't want to be that. I don't want to come across as like a guy who's writing them because of that. I'm legitimately like I love your music and I want to like feature you on the show and I want to like interact with you as like a guitar channel if I can.
Also, I want to say that the Suffragettes do band uniforms better than
Oh.
anybody has ever done band
But
uniforms.
that's like a band thing. Is like people
Sure,
do uniforms.
But in my experience going to surf shows, it always and no offenses, but it always boils down to Hawaiian shirts. But they are.
well, I'm wearing
they're
one
going-
right now.
That's why.
But I don't wear it in my
no
band.
offense.
I don't wear it in my band.
That is why I said
Okay.
no offense.
Okay,
you
no-
can't take offense. I said it.
None offense taken.
Good. But they do it better than anybody.
No offense. Can we talk about the American Civil War?
They do the whole. They do the whole shebang. This the look. They
The
nail
kit
it.
and caboodle.
Like their gear is like
Coordinated.
part of the whole look.
I only
It's
know
amazing.
that Britney Spears cover they did.
It's great. That's such a good cover.
Yeah, they did Toxic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
God, they're so good.
Surfer Jets, write me back. Send me a song. We'll play it on the podcast.
We're actually almost out of songs also. So if you're just a listener, you can also send us songs.
Believe it or not, I brought you 10 songs
Ah.
on a CD.
Is it the full song or is it like that little
the hit
data
clips
thing?
version.
The hit clips, you mean?
The hit clips.
The data thing.
The data thing.
Data sings the hits.
Hit clips.
So is it cool?
I
if we-
would
if
buy
we
that
pull-
CD.
if we
I would buy
pull-
that.
if
Give me
we
Brent
pull,
Spiner.
If we pull a track off of this, is that cool?
Give me
Yeah.
Brent Spiner or give me
I mean,
Death.
I'll double check, but yeah, should be good.
I mean, if you think it's
We
cool,
love the
we
promotion.
can do it right now. Well, not right
well,
now.
not right now.
at the end of
Exactly.
the
That's
show.
why I said I will check. Because
I'm
it's
gonna-
not going to happen.
Are we
going to
open up the plug bag or what?
All
No
right.
one caught that reference?
The plug bag?
Yeah, you
What's
guys
a plug
don't
bag?
listen to that show, I guess.
What show is
What
that?
show are you talking about?
Comedy Bang Bang.
Oh, I've never seen it.
It's not a C thing. It's a listen thing.
I've
Well, I
never-
guess they did have a TV show.
I
Didn't
never
they?
seen.
Oh, they did have a
I
TV
know they
show.
had a TV show.
Yeah, it is a podcast as well.
Yeah, I don't have anything new, man.
Well, that's fine. Are we still on
Are we
What's
doing
New?
I don't know.
You know what's
You
great
want to talk
about
about this topic?
particular CD is that you can tell that I dropped it on the way in, and that's the kind of quality you can expect from me. This guy.
That guy. Should we jump into our first?
Let's just jump
thing?
into it.
Just
Both
jump right
feet.
in. Both feet.
All right, this is the Fender Alternate Reality 66.
Love it.
You love it.
I absolutely love it.
I wanted your opinion on it, and you hadn't chimed in pre-show or anything like that. You're a big offset guy, obviously.
Yeah.
This is an offset. It's based on the shape of a bass. And I
Oh,
was
the
wondering
jazz bass.
if that would be odd for you, but you love it right out of the gate.
Hey, can I? You got?
Do I have stuff on my?
Yeah, there you go.
How many,
You got some beer
how many
from me.
picks are in your beard?
Someone wanted us to try to put as many picks as we could in our beards. Let's see if I can. Even...
Ah, if only my beard was still long.
I don't think mine's long enough. No, it's not going to stick.
Not gonna work.
So what do
That
you,
dog don't hunt.
What do you love about this guitar?
I love the body shape. I've always wanted a jazz bass guitar, and I think they've nailed the shape and the feature set here. Although I will say that personally, I find the HSS configuration a little bland. I think they could have done a little more in keeping with the jazz bass theme. They
I
could have
agree.
just done 2 pickups two single coils, like a Mustang single coil would look really good.
But I
on
think
that.
this is going to be more playable for more people.
Oh, absolutely. I don't deny that this is a
think
very like germane sort of pickup compliment.
I think the really obvious go on this would be with the jazz bass body would just to drop either a pair of Jag pickups or just a pair of Strat pickups.
Jag pickups would make so much sense.
But just two.
Yeah.
Like you just do, or like do the duosonic configuration. Though I think as soon as you angle them, you kind of lose the jazz bass angle a little.
Yeah,
too.
the angle would be more of an offset thing.
But,
Well, I mean, it is offset, but more of like a traditional Mustang thing.
And like, I mean, I was looking at some different places where people are like, well, they should have just like tooled a completely new pickup for this. Looked like a jazz bass pickup was a different size. And obviously, for obvious reasons, that's not going to happen.
For an import guitar, that the cost of doing that would be so prohibitive.
Yeah,
that they would
invent
never
a new
release-
pickup.
Yeah.
But I think it would have made a lot more sense to figure out like not just we're going to shrink this body down, but like
I don't think the point ever was like, let's make this look like a bass, but really it's a guitar. The point was like, what if they had designed the shape to be a guitar shape before it was a bass
right?
shape?
But I think HSS is like the most boring pickup configuration you can put in this body.
So I agree with that.
Like I think it's like just a.
I think a
plain
telly
old-
loadout would have been the worst. I think the HSS is better than a telly loadout. For
Okay,
this
that was my
Sure.
main problem with the original Meteora was that
Yeah.
it was too much like a Telecaster. I really wanted something different. And the new version, the 2 humbucker version, is a lot cooler. I think they've nailed it there.
I'm still trying to get this pick
So-
in my beard thing to happen.
I had an odd direction to discuss this.
Please.
That goes into like a totally different topic. It seems like Fender has been coming out with these smaller runs of like various like unique guitars for quite a while now. Like the whole time that I've been playing guitar, like it always seems like they have some sort of new thing out that's like, oh, we're gonna who knows how many they make? Maybe they make 1,000 of them, and then they just move on to the next thing the next year. I feel like what they're trying to do, or what they're gonna do, whether they know it or not, is they're gonna end up with. Because let's say like 1 in 3 million people who pick up guitar become famous.
Okay.
That might be accurate.
Say one of those people gravitates to one of these style instruments, something other than a Telecaster or a Strat or something standard. Someone makes this like the guitar that they play and they become famous. Suddenly, like they've got a built-in signature guitar.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're gonna see that happen at some point. Like someone's gonna like become famous playing a Jagarillo.
Yeah, exactly. The Meteora is gonna be spearheaded by somebody who's a little forward thinking and
Right.
trying to do their own thing with the guitar. I look forward to that. I fully embrace that. Same with the 66. I think that someone is gonna make that thing very popular very soon.
And it might not be very soon. It might be like 30 years from now. Someone picks one of these up used, and they're like, "Oh, this is just my guitar now." They become famous. All of a sudden, everyone's trying to track down this guitar that only got like 2,000 of them made or something like that. And like at the end of the year, they were trying to clear them out of Guitar Center because no one wanted the remainders or something like that.
I think aside from the pickup compliment, I think my only other complaint is that Fender keeps putting 3- and 5-way switches in
Weird places.
in that place
Right.
where it's going to get in the way of my picking hand and it's going to hurt immensely. The same thing happened with the Jaguar Strat from last year, where it was so close to the pickups that it was painful every time I picked one.
So
like
you think
that
this,
thing now.
even on the lower horn like this, is too close?
That's better than the Jag Strat, but it's still there are better places I feel like you can put that or use a different switch.
What would have been better is the Jaguar 3 slider switch.
I would personally like that, but I do realize that a lot of people find that difficult to use.
But
so
then you
maybe
could just select each pickup that you want. You can put them all
That's
on.
the
You can
advantage.
like do bridge and neck if you want. Like that is the ideal switch for a 3 pickup guitar. It just is, and it's cool looking too. I wish they would have done that. And it would have fit in that space so beautifully.
here we go. I've been on my phone this whole time, which I apologize for, but I've
That's
been
what
trying.
Steve usually does.
I've been trying to track down. So John Squire of the Stone Roses is famous for playing a jazz bass guitar, and his model of it. Let me call up. A
But
picture
is
of
it like a full size jazz bass body?
I-
Because this
I
is
think
smaller
so.
than a jazz bass body. They scaled it down.
Let me pull this up for
Because
you.
we've seen that on the show before, like ads for guitars that were built out of jazz bass bodies.
Right.
Man, these 5Gs ain't all they're cracked up to be. Let me tell you, ladies and germs.
I can't wait till they come out with a 6G.
Man, I was gonna make that joke.
Yeah, look at this thing. See, that looks so much nicer to me. And that does feature the Jaguar switch plate. Now, this has like a dummy
what's the
vibrato on
body?
it. It's a jazz bass.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. There's another picture of it. Yeah, that thing.
And it looks huge.
It does look huge, and but I like it.
Is
I
that
like
really
it
a jazz bass body? It looks different.
It does look a little different now that I'm seeing it in that photo. But it's clearly based on a jazz bass.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not exact. It does look. It is short scale.
It's like shaped. It's like a
got a
similar shape.
Jaguar neck
The
on it.
horns are wrong, I think, for jazz
Horns are
bass.
definitely wrong in a way that I've never noticed before. This is only like the fourth time I've seen this photo.
Do you even know anything about guitars?
No, I'm not a guitar. The
Wait,
jig is up.
That's not even a picture of a guitar. Why are we looking at pictures of ostriches?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. That is.
That's
an animal the whole time.
It's a bird. It's a big bird.
This has been a great goof.
You were confused because of the long neck.
Is the long neck.
All right, so Fender 66, yay, nay?
Love it.
Yay!
Gimme.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I can't work past those pickups.
What do you
either-
think? What do you
have
think
either of
about
you-
the Strat trim on it, though? Would you
Whatever.
you obviously would have preferred like an offset low
Personally,
down.
or even a hardtail, honestly. Like, I definitely prefer the offset vibrato, but not every guitar has to have one.
I
It's
almost
cool that you knock things around.
I like a
That's
good
a great
Strat.
feature.
Like I think a lot of people don't like Strat trims because they don't get them set up to play.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. When you get a Strat trim that just works right, it's a beautiful thing. Like
I feel like with the
Like
jazz
this-
bass body,
this
it's
Strat
hard
has-
to work with because I feel like the cutaway shape of a jazz bass is most similar to a Stratocaster,
yeah.
but then it does have like it's the offset waist, so it's like, well, do you go do it like what matches it? Is it the Strat trim? Is it?
I think
you-
visually it works.
So
really
if you
well.
like, if I look at it like this, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. If I look at
Yeah.
it like this, I'm like,
So-
as of course the people on camera can see that I'm covering up.
Yeah.
My
no, everybody
iPad is
can
facing
infer
me.
from your
Yeah.
speech that that's what you're doing. I think it's great that they've scaled down the body a little bit because otherwise it would feel like a whole lot of negative space.
Oh, yeah, for
not
sure.
being used on that body. I like it. I dig it. I think it's pert and perky. I love it.
which color would you pick? There's white, there's a blue, and there's a sunburst.
I think I would have to go for blue.
There's also a
because
natural.
Oh, it was natural,
There is a
not white.
natural,
There's not
yeah.
a white. There's a natural.
The natural's really cool. It looks
Wait,
pretty
are you
70s.
saying white is natural, Ryan? Because I'm pretty sure that's
I'm not saying it's
racist.
natural. I'm saying it's normal. It's default.
Backing away.
Oh, there is also a sunburst. Oh no, you said white.
Yeah, I was wrong when I said white. There's natural. There's the daphne blue, and then there's
And
sunburst.
I'm all about that blue.
You like the? I like the blue too. I would go for the blue.
that blue.
What would you go with, Steve? I'm gonna guess natural.
You know, I'm not
go
a big
for
natural
natural?
fan.
Do you like natural?
In
Really?
general, I actually think I like the blue in this the most.
We got
Well,
a triple blue.
We got a triple blue. World first, right here. 60CH.
This
Triple blue.
This right here,
Triple blue!
we're gonna start calling this the thin blue line.
Met with silence. Well done.
All right, so this
From now on, if you hear people talking or see people talking about the thin blue line, this is what they're talking about. Three boys who like the blue guitars.
So this episode is brought to you by Sinusoid.
You're gonna segue that
Pro
into a
Audio
sponsorship.
Couture. Yeah, I'm trying to get as far away from whatever dumb joke you're trying. I don't understand what thin blue is. This like a pregnancy thing?
Well, no,
We have to explain it.
We'll talk about it later, Steve.
Ugh.
Oh, great! Now you've invited like
Great.
our audience to explain it to you. All right, do the sponsorship. Come on, hop to it. Pitter patter.
This week's episode is brought to you by Sinusoid Pro Audio Couture. This week we're talking about the Slate, which is basically their professional line of stage cable.
So good.
Amateurs need not apply.
It's
No, amateurs should totally apply because that means sales. Why are you telling people not to buy them?
I'm making it sound exclusive.
I think being
How
the
chic.
being the professional grade doesn't mean that amateurs can't use it. It's that amateurs need to use it if they ever want to become professional.
Yeah, no, that trucks. That's
Exactly,
perfect.
100%.
I agree.
So it's tacky. It's a tacky cable.
He's not saying it looks tacky. He's saying it feels tacky, Mike.
Look,
We're pulling
that
one
didn't
out
have
here.
the context necessary.
It's got a slightly tackified feel to the rubber. It
Feel
it
that
like
release.
rhymed.
I got one of these.
It
They're
sticks to the
sticky.
ground.
Yeah,
It's great.
Sticky's good.
It's heavy duty.
Them. I like them because they stay in place, like on the edge of like a tabletop or something like that. That's not going to slide around.
All of this hand motion is very suggestive, and I'm way uncomfortable with it.
Well,
Met with silence.
This is just what we do on the show, Mike. I can't change what we do on the show. We
change who I am.
We move our hands close to each other in these areas of our bodies.
Anyway, go check it out. Sinusoid.com. They make cables.
And smiles.
That's it. Let's move on. Let's talk about this YouTube copyright thing.
Hey,
hit
wait.
this topic.
Do, you were mentioning hand motion. Do you remember this commercial on MTV for Safe Sex where it was like two hands and they were talking and chatting, and then one hand goes, ooh, and starts making moves, and things get sexy here, and then one hand goes, wait, and goes down and comes back up with a glove on. And then they go back to interlocking, and I don't know why that's in my head. I
It
probably
clearly
need to
made
take
an
some
impression on
therapy
you.
about that. Do you remember Syphil and Ollie?
No.
Syphil and Ollie?
Yes, but I don't remember what that was
The
part
sock puppet show. It was amazing.
of. Was it just a show by itself?
Yep.
Okay.
By the great Liam Lynch.
I never
Sure.
saw it.
Oh, go see
Liam Lynch.
it.
Liam Lynch, I know from
Clone High?
from My United States of Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that guy. What a genius. I love that stuff.
You remember
Play
that
that
song, Ryan?
Yeah, I remember that song.
Play that song nonstop throughout my college years.
So, anyways, here's our next topic.
Yeah. So
Joe Braga says, is it Braga or Braga?
I don't know.
I've been saying Braga in my mind.
She's from She Shreds, right? Is she the one?
Probably.
I think she's from She Shreds.
Cool.
So anyway, she says
I could be wrong.
The obvious YouTube police copyright issue and how it might affect your show in any way. And then I said, that's a good one. And I didn't say it in that tone, even though I read it in that tone just now.
That's a good
Oh, that's a good one.
Jeez,
And then she replied, yes, I'm very concerned on how my guitar learning experience will be if YouTube starts making learning inaccessible to me.
For sure.
If content and teaching creators are using a quarter of a damn lick and getting banned.
Yep.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it that way. I've been kind of critical, like behind the scenes of this whole thing, because I've just been seeing a bunch of different YouTubers kind of milking it for clicks, which is what we do.
Call them click milkers in the
Click-
industry.
click
Bunch of
milkers.
click milkers going like that with their clicks.
Milking them clicks. But it's like, oh, my video got demonetized or my video got taken down because I played this song. And then a week later, they get their song back up because they went through the process to get it back up. And I realized, like, you know, there's deeper implications here.
Implications.
So do you think
I'm
this
serious.
Deeper implications
I'm
on
s-
this issue.
I'm sincerely trying to come up with correct words here. So what do you guys think about this? Because that was like how I've been feeling about it for like weeks now. Just like, who cares? Like Glenn Fricker's just freaking out because that's how he gets clicks. And, you know, like Robert Baker is just like, you know, don't worry, Robert, you're going to make more videos.
I don't know
I now
Robert
think
Baker.
I'm pretty sure I was wrong about the She Shreds thing. But
That's fine too.
Moving
That's
forward.
okay. Wherever Joe is from, great topic idea.
I don't care where she's from. I'm more interested
I guess
in
the
where
first-
she's going.
I don't care
oh, jeez.
you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you comment.
Oh, dang it.
You knew what I was doing.
All right. Do you think this is something where like
Wait, is that going to get demonetized?
I hope so.
where
Because then I get to make a
Watch
bunch of
this space.
get to make a bunch of videos about
do
it.
you think that like all of these recording companies just came out with something like they're just all using some new software that skims videos differently? Is this on the YouTube end? This is
Nah.
It's on the copyright holders to chase copyright.
It's
right?
on Warner Brothers' end.
Are all of these Warner Brothers?
I think the vast majority of them are. I think they have a room full of people who just like go through content on YouTube all day.
Dude, I think it's
and they like
it's
look
gotta
at
be robots, man.
they look at the titles or
Gotta
the
be
tags
robots.
and they're like, oh, that's one of our artists. Like, just I don't feel like doing my job correctly today, so I'm not going to watch the whole video. I'm just going to like copy paste my thing here and move on to the next one.
Isn't this a response also to Article 13?
What?
UK? Do you know?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't stay up on their laws. don't even step on our laws.
New copyright laws that put the onus on YouTube itself to ensure that no copyrighted material is uploaded. And so things are tightening
this
quite
is
a bit.
sounding familiar, but I do not know a lot about it. YouTube was campaigning strongly against the proposal. And this article that I'm not going to read right now because I'm recording a podcast.
Is that what we're doing? It doesn't feel like we're doing that most of the
We're just a
time.
bunch of buds having suds talking about
Buds and suds.
duds.
Oh my gosh.
Guitar duds.
I thought we were going to talk about ostriches more. I mean, that's what we're
So
looking at pictures
is
of.
this something that is happening like pretty much exclusively to people who are like, oh, in this video I'm going to teach you how to play some sick riffs. Hashtag Deftones.
Well, I know it happened to Glenn because he played a clip of a song because he was comparing one song to another as far as like songwriting ability goes.
Right.
Like singing ability and things like that.
No,
And
he
then I
actually
think
played the clip, right?
He played
So-
a few seconds of the clip, so it was like him editorializing on it.
Right, and for what it's worth, like at least I believe in the U.S., I think it's like 15 seconds. I forget if it's 15 or maybe even up to like 30 seconds of a song can be used as fair use as long as it's like for the purposes of education or critique.
Sure.
So that's how like all of these like React channels do it is they never play a single clip longer than whatever that length of time is. So I want like that's actually what I would be really interested in is seeing how like Fine Brothers are getting killed by all of this stuff.
Sure.
You know, since they own the word React.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to be affected by any of this stuff. And the thing I've been saying about it is that I'm just not a good enough guitarist to get close enough to a song.
Hold on, was that Beautiful World before that? Oh, okay.
I've been playing copyrighted material this whole time.
Hashtag Beautiful World.
Oh, he got us. But I'm never going to be able to like, I might be able to, but I'm never going to try to like reproduce like a song note for a note.
Right.
Like, I'll
That's
do
because
little-
you suck at guitar.
I'll do little medleys where I like work Apache in and then go on to another song. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think Warner Brothers has a team of people searching for people playing Apache. I think they're searching for people playing like nice.
Well, and again, I think, like you said, like the easiest thing is like, oh, there's probably like, oh, it's something in the content that draws them in, where they're, you know, YouTube searching Coldplay tutorial or something,
Right.
and then just flagging every single video.
Yeah, I think there's people in a room somewhere with a list of Warner artists, and they search that on YouTube, and if something looks unfavorable, then they just like tag it and bag it. You know, this guy's just playing hits over here.
We were talking about that one a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's the Deep Space Nine one, right?
I can't wait to find out who dings this video.
Big.
I would love to get it dinged by Big Rod.
Yeah, big Rod's coming for us. I wonder if the mic picked up anything you were playing on the guitar just now. I'll find out when I edit.
Oh,
this.
if it doesn't, I can record versions and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, please recreate.
You know, as a
everything you just
sidebar,
did.
I know you're in a surf band. I have always wanted to do a TV theme surf band only, and specifically Star Trek. I think
That'd be great.
I think all Star Trek themes would be amazing, drenched in reverb.
Like just doing the theme song.
Just doing
Are there
theme
enough
songs.
of them to do a set?
There's what?
You got original series. You got
TNG,
Next Generation. You got
DS9,
Voyager,
Voyager,
DS9.
Enterprise, and the
Did
new
you say
one,
Voyager?
Feature.
and you got movies too. Don't the movies have
Yeah.
slightly different soundtracks?
Well,
Are they
they're all
enough?
based around the
But
theme.
at least 6.
Yeah.
And each and how long is the opening credits? Like
That's
three,
at least a
3, 4,
solid
5 minutes.
15
You can
minute
stretch
set,
them
my
out.
guys.
You can stretch them out.
You just got to do the Metroid Metal thing where you
Yes.
play the song, but you do it a few times and like drop in some sick riffs.
I've been trying to work out a Jurassic Park cover for my band, and I can just never find like an interesting way to take it. Because like literally, there's only like 15 seconds of actual like melody content in the Jurassic Park theme. It just gets repeated in different ways. Is the problem I run into?
Which one is this?
That's Picard's flute theme.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh!
god!
All right, I'm gonna pull a Steve, and I'm gonna go use the bathroom. You guys have
What?
fun. Have fun carrying the show.
Okay, so Steve, what do you want to talk about, man?
I don't know. We
Let's
should
get
just
down-
keep doing the
Let's
show
get down
without
in the
Ryan.
nitty-gritty.
What do you think about this Suitcase Telecaster electric guitar that Ryan wanted to talk about?
I think the Suitcase Telly is interesting, although
I guess I should read the description. Suitcase Tele electric guitar, $200, Kansas City, Kansas. Thanks, Chris Nichols, for submitting this. It's built from a metal suitcase. Play good. A little awkward to hold. Open it up and put your Strat picks music.
wait, is that it says play good? Does that tell me that you will play good or that the guitar plays good?
I think
or
it's
plays
supposed
well?
to be the guitar plays well. But
I mean,
again,
not to be a dick about
Kansas,
grammar. It's just I was
it's in Kansas City, and it's in Kansas City, Kansas, not Kansas City, Missouri.
I was also wondering about that, but I'm not so good at the geographical stuff.
Kansas City is a twin city, in insofar that it's a city that has a state line in the middle of it.
Oh, how inconvenient!
Yeah, so
for
you have
people who
Kansas
live
City,
within those city
Kansas,
limits.
and Kansas City, Missouri. And what's really interesting about this is, and there have been a number of podcasts I've listened to on this, is that because they're in two different states, the tax codes are completely different.
Oh gosh.
And what will happen every once in a while is Kansas will be like, we need more business. We will like kill our corporate tax rate, and companies will just jump from Kansas City, Missouri, literally go like across the river, because the state line is a river. They go across the river and they set up shop like within viewing distance of their previous location.
So if I lived there, I would frequently do the Robin Hood Men Tights thing. I'm on the East Bank. I'm on the West Bank. I'm on the North Side. I'm on the South Side.
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird thing. I mean, they're not the only place that has that whole like city on two sides thing, but this one is particularly egregious because they're both Kansas City. It's not like, I think St. Louis is St. Louis, Missouri, and then East St. Louis is entirely located in Illinois. And I think Memphis is like the opposite, maybe. Like West Memphis is in Arkansas, but Memphis is in Tennessee. Something like that.
America is wild.
That one I might
Buck
be like
wild.
stretching a little because I don't really remember. But anyway, play good. A little awkward to hold. What do you think?
I appreciate that honesty right up front. Look, I'm going to be straight with you. If I were to be honest with you, which I always am, a little awkward, a little weird to hold, a little weird on the body, on the hands.
I do wonder, like, oh, geez, that's thick with 2 C's, with 3 C's.
She thick. Yeah, that is like 5, 6, 7 inches.
Yeah, at first I thought, like, how different would this be? Like, this is just a square acoustic guitar, right?
If you play guitar and you frequently think, hey, I'm not leaning over enough, this is for you. If you love having your back out of alignment, by all means, you're going to have to, like, reach over the thing.
Yeah, this is... Now, what I think... This is what Ryan would say. My famous what would Ryan say bit. This is begging to be converted to lap, to slide.
Well, I mean, technically, it is a lap. It's perfectly suited for a lap steel.
Like, why would you not just sell this?
Also, that action looks egregious.
It
that
does.
Looks so high.
It does, right? Because I mean,
you know, honestly, I think they're underselling a little bit. I'm shocked at the $200 price tag.
You think this is worth more than $200?
I'm not saying it's worth more. I'm saying they could ask more. An important distinction, to be sure. Those are all Squire parts, so...
Are they?
Yeah, that's like the standard Squire...
That bridge?
Poopy bridge. With the low brake angle and the sloppy saddle movement.
How does this... this? I didn't realize this when I had it in thumbnail, or when I had it like just here, that the body is just a bunch of rusted sheets that are like screwed down.
I kind of like that it's pretending to be something else and not a suitcase with strings bolted onto it.
I just wish they would have at least either used, so in, like in a couple spots they have like the dome screws, so they get fairly flush.
Mm-hmm.
But most of this is using screws that are designed to be countersunk.
And they clearly have a shadow, so have fun with your forearm.
Exactly. Which
my God.
again, if you are using this as a slide, you're not worrying about that.
We have been ignoring the major benefit to this the whole time. This is the guitar into which you can store your pedals after a performance. That's genius.
right up front in the open it up and put your Strat, picks, music, pedals, etc.
I should have read further. That's always my problem. I don't read the whole thing. But that's genius, and I say this is a buy. This is a buy. This is a buy.
At $200.
At $200, it's a deal at twice the price.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you'd pay. Not you would pay.
I mean, metaphorically, I don't pay $400. Don't offer more. That's not how negotiating works ever.
That's true.
Unless you're terrible at it.
These screws are just awful.
They're
so far off the body.
bet with some modification that would accept a string through bridge, and that baby, you got a stew cooking.
I don't know if there's enough, because this is just like a thin case. Actually, this is very similar to a case that I just threw away because it was molding.
Oh, don't you feel stupid for not making a guitar out of it?
I don't think there's enough here to string through.
No, you totally could. Just mount a metal plate on the other side. Bam.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
baby.
I'm just thinking of like,
Are you
couldn't
talking
use
about
like a
string throwing a
couldn't use a
suitcase
full
guitar?
barrel.
Yes. Hi, welcome back to the podcast, Ryan. How was your duty?
It's pretty rough.
Was it that hot sauce?
I think it was lunch. I don't know. This is
we're
TMI for the show. So
what do you think
I think
about
you guys
this
are nuts
suitcase
if you
guitar?
want to do a string through on a suitcase guitar.
I love it.
Because then you got I know you love it because then you have like a heart buried inside your guitar.
Yeah. But
No, he's saying like you string through it through the very top of the
just
thing.
open the case.
It's not like you're going all the way across.
I got to get to this thing. There it is. So you just want to have it inside the lid.
Yeah,
I want to flip open the lid.
he wants to
restring my
increase
guitar.
all he wants to do is increase that break
I want
angle.
to increase the sustain. There's not enough sustain there.
All right. Okay. I'm not going to tell you no. It's your guitar. You're paying
Well, it's not
money for
my.
it.
No, I'm not paying. Don't commit me to this.
I just like that.
I'm not doing that.
I just like that they made an outline of a Telecaster on a
Exactly.
on a box, and I feel like they could come out with a series of these. It's like, oh, do you want the Telecaster? Or do you want the Les Paul? And it's the same box.
Do you think the
You would not be able to mount a stop tail to this.
Do you think the handle on
Absolutely.
top is the best design for this, or do you think it should be handle on bottom?
No, on top, because you can just take it the way you play
It looks better if
That's
handles
true.
on top
That's
for
true.
carrying it,
But
but
I
it's
was
more
thinking-
ergonomic. No, because if it's on bottom, then it's pressing against your leg if you sit down.
I love that you said something
no,
about
not
this
on
was
the
more
bottom.
ergonomic. That's factually inaccurate.
There is a way to make this less ergonomic.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you couldn't
Rebuttal.
play it sitting down, but what I've been saying is that you should only play this sitting down as a lap steel.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can kind of see that.
Sit it on the ground and play feet steel.
Oh yeah.
That could be a thing.
Have either of you discussed the possibility of using this as a pedal board case?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
damn
did
it.
while you were indisposed.
Yeah, doing my
You're
duty.
looking at my pick. Oh yeah, my
is
picks are super worn down. That's
it's
a
just worn
Dunlop
out.
Ultex.
It's just worn out.
1 millimeter. Yeah.
Interesting.
I used to use the rear of picks, and now I just use them until they're dead. So
You try to get them to be like just a circle, and then you're done. There's no
yeah,
more
once
point
once
left.
they become completely circular, then they're
when you
useless
look
to me.
at when you look at your pick and you're like, what's the point? And you can't find the point on the pick, then you're done with it.
Hey, what's the point? No, I've just been playing so much lately that I haven't had time to switch out my
Oh, he's just
plectrums.
been playing.
I've
so
just
much.
been
It's just a
playing. I've
big-
just been playing all the rock shows.
big
I've just been going a
brag
mile
over
a minute,
here.
kilometre. I've just been going crazy, mate. Playing all the tunes, the hits.
Met with silence.
I'm trying to figure out.
I was waiting
what
for the slow
suitcase
clap to
is.
start.
All right, Ryan, you got anything else for this ad?
It's very entertaining when you do voices. I just had no way to play off of it.
Oh, thank you. No, you should lean in, embrace it.
How do I do that? How do I embrace the voice?
You say yes and. That's improvisation
Oh,
101.
oh, yes, and
Yes, and.
yes, and continue to do the voice and do
Because
more.
you keep
Yes,
saying
and.
you keep essentially saying no, and that kills.
I think
the
we all
momentum.
just sit back and we're just like, oh, he's doing it.
A
He's
thing
doing it.
is happening.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Wow!
When I was a young boy, I used to think that I'd like to be someone who could do all sorts of voices, and then I got past that, I guess. But I appreciate a good voice.
I didn't have any friends until like 10th grade.
I
So
feel like
I spent all my time imitating everything I saw on TV, which was mostly Monty Python and Red Dwarf and
Nice.
Tiny Toons and
I
Star
feel
Trek.
you did a weird jump from Monty Python and then Red Dwarf and then Tiny Toons.
Well, I like cartoons.
Who
Cartoons
doesn't-
are great.
Who doesn't
I
like
love them.
Tiny Toons?
I was telling
though?
Ryan recently.
Give me a voice from Tiny Toons.
I know. No. I'm not your puppet for your amusement. I can't even think of what characters were on that show at the moment.
There's all the
there's Buster Bunny, the Pink Bunny.
I don't remember how any of these
Babs.
people sound.
Was it Babs?
It was Babs.
Babs. It was Babs.
Plucky Duck. What was the pig's
Hampton,
name?
the pig.
Hampton.
Oh, Hampton.
He loves Hampton.
I forgot about
Was the
Hampton.
Tasmanian Devil? Was
Yeah,
it
but
Dizzy
it's
Devil?
Taz.
Dizzy.
Oh, Dizzy.
Because
Yeah.
Taz is the
Yeah, all the
full one.
regular Warner Brothers characters are like professors.
Who was the? And
it
then
was
what was
never
the
clear if they were all like parents. Like, is Taz Dizzy's dad? Or,
No,
or-
no, they're like all unrelated, but like they're the same kind of animal. And then like all the
I don't
they're
buy
all-
that.
Yeah,
I don't buy
And then
that
what
at
was
all.
the Yosemite?
I think
Yosemite
those kids-
Sam was like Montana. Was Montana Max or something?
I think there's going to be a
no, yeah,
reckoning.
no. Montana Max was like Yosemite Sam's nephew.
Was there an
yeah.
was there an Elmer Fudd equivalent or no?
I think
Elmer
that
Fudd was on staff at the school, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, so maybe there
I
was
think
no Elmer Fudd equivalent.
the girl Elmira. Is
Oh,
that her name?
you're right, Elmira.
I think she was supposed to be like the Fudd
The Fudd.
because she was like
Because she was
hunting the
obsessed
animals.
with all of the animals, but she wasn't a hunt. She wasn't hunting them for sport.
She was more of a collector.
She was hunting them for pleasure.
This is your Tiny Toons minute here on 60 Cycle Hum.
Welcome to this episode of Toons Remembered Poorly.
Tune in next week as we cover Muppet Babies.
Have you ever seen the like? That's actually one of my favorite things is where people are like, describe your job poorly. All right, we got nothing else on the suitcase. Moving
Nothing.
right along. This week's episode is brought to you by D'Addario.
Dario.
This week we're talking about the dual lock strap locks. The dual lock strap locks are actually, I think, my favorite item out of this set. This is a low-cost alternative to strap security for instrument protection. It's the dual lock clips onto your existing strap button to prevent your strap from releasing accidentally.
It's like a little.
Yes, a little
Yeah.
thingy.
It's like a little, kind of like an office clip. Additionally, though, the dual lock can be clipped onto your instrument cable, securing your cable to your instrument to prevent the plug from being pulled unintentionally.
I
from
like
the
that
input
part
jack.
of it.
Now that's innovative.
So this is basically, I used the beer bottle style washer on
Same
a
here.
couple guitars.
Love 'em.
This is kind of like that idea, but with the added feature of it moves it where like I know I do it. I assume you guys do it where you run your cable
Yeah.
inside of your strap. Well, now instead of running it inside your strap, which actually wears out the inside of your like all of my straps have this weird.
We're also
lump.
like I always worry
now
about the
you clip
stress.
it to the outside.
I always worry that it puts too much stress on the cable too.
You think it does?
Yeah, when you tuck it like that, because it's getting rubbed between the body of the guitar and the strap.
Yeah,
and
where
getting
here
like,
you probably
and getting like
have some
pinched on the edge and stuff like that. Where with that product, it's being like held outside of the strap, and it's like a smaller pivot
and it's
point.
it's in a loop, so it probably can slide a little.
There's less friction happening, and there's less bending and twisting.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I actually really like this product. I really am excited to see.
There's supposed to be a package on the
they're
way.
Definitely the one that I will steal from this place.
So cool.
What's cool?
Oh yeah, we have another sponsor. It's Chaseless Audio.
Yeah,
Chase Bliss Audio.
we got more of their pedals right here in front of us.
We have,
I've been messing with I've got like an eyelash in my eye or something right now. It's hurting me. But anyways, Chase Bliss audio pedals, they're not like having an eyelash in your eye.
Can we get those? Can we get those? The product demo, the sample sounds going again this episode.
Yeah, sure. You got your warped vinyl. It goes.
All right, cool.
Just
What
like
about
that.
that Therme?
The Therme goes. No, because it does a pitch modulation. It does pitch jumping. And then you got the tonal recall that goes dip. Because it's like an analog delay that just dissolves into whatever that is. Like. And then you can ramp up the time back and forth and do all sorts of crazy sounds. And there's like... This is a good segment.
It is. So that's
this shouldn't even be
audio.com.
They make pedals more
audio.
Yeah, they make pedals more creative than you are. This should be like a thing where we like try to like imitate the sound of a pedal, and the other person tries to guess what pedal it is. Like not just like style pedal, but like the brand and the model. I love pedal.
All right, with the LM308 chip. How'd you know? It was because you went and not.
That's a Civil War. No. A Russian muff.
A Russian.
It's so obvious.
It'd be the worst party game.
It would be completely terrible.
It's just someone standing on an armchair going,
What is it? What pedal is this?
Make a guess.
veins popping out of their neck like mine are right now.
And everyone just learns like, do a noise suppressor.
Hey, be a TU2 with the mute.
Hey, what is this? A volume pedal.
I'm backing you off, Reginald. Oh, Reginald, be quiet. Like the heel down position.
You ever see the volume pedals that have like notes written on them, like you press forward, like, oh, I got this, and you press back, and it's like, oh, I have no idea. You ever see that? People write messages.
Like people write messages on the
pedals.
like the Ernie balls have grip tape, so you can write messages on them.
Or people put like
no idea.
They'll like tape a picture of Owen Wilson to their wah-wah pedal.
Now that's just good humor.
Yeah.
That's just good, clean humor, which I appreciate. Wow.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
this is a whole a whole thing.
Wow.
Or people get their like band logo on a wood top pedal topper.
Wow, that's a
their-
really great sounding pedal. Wow.
Have you seen that?
Imagine you're playing a show and you start using your wah pedal, and then Owen Wilson himself walks up to the front of stage to see what you're doing, and he looks over the edge of the stage and he looks at your wah pedal and he's like, wow.
Or instead of a wah pedal, you've got a talk box, and Owen Wilson comes out and just goes, wow, wow.
Hold on.
Wow.
What if you have a talk box and Owen Wilson comes up and he's like, huh?
Yeah, or he's totally not impressed at all.
Or if he comes up and goes, people think I talk like that, but I actually don't.
Like when Owen Wilson is
he
impressed,
talks like
he
William
really just
Shatner?
says, incredible.
People think I talk like this, but I don't. Talk like this.
He's still going.
I could
You can't stop the chat.
go all night.
It's the Shat Man.
You guys want to talk about Jazzmaster?
I'm just talking about Shat.
shut your mouth.
I can dig it.
Yeah, let's talk about our Jazzmasters. Because
Talk about Jazzmasters.
you brought your Jazzmasters
I
over.
brought some toys.
And I was like, well, I want to compare them to my Jazzmaster because I've got a cheapie.
do it.
You got fancy pants stuff, so
Well, you know.
Jazzmaster. I'm gonna grab this.
Go crassy.
everybody grab a Jazzmaster.
hand me that Goldie. Hand me 3PO.
Something I was going to mention is that I'm not usually a fan of people naming their guitars.
Oh, really?
Because usually it's something like, oh, this one's Marlene.
This one's Layla. She's my girl.
Yeah, but you like...
I like to make her scream.
You legitimately like come up with fun
that so much.
names and personalities for your guitars. You've got 3PO here. You've got a Vader one. You've got Pancakes over there. Don't you have
Singular. Pancake.
Pancake? It looks like Pancake.
It looks like pancakes.
That's a.
Syrupy town.
Is that why you named it Pancake?
No, actually, I didn't even name it. That name is because of Paul Frank. Paul Frank wrote me one day and said, I want to make you a strap. What's your favorite word?
Wow.
And I couldn't think of my favorite word, but ever since I was a kid, pancake has always been has had a very happy ring.
How many
to
times have you seen Cabin Fever?
Exactly, not times.
You should,
Oh, dude.
Why?
because there's a pancake part in it.
The pancake
Oh, there's a
part.
pancake scene. I love pancake scenes.
I know,
I'm
right?
always like, why isn't this movie filmed in IHOP? And I'm like, I'm feeling a little left out. Honestly,
It's like a horror zombie movie, though.
Dude, just jump on YouTube and
Look
search
up
for
Pancakes.
Cabin Fever pancakes.
Yeah.
all right.
That's all you really need
So
to
I don't
know.
need to watch the whole movie. You're saying?
No.
We're all playing Jazzmasters all at once here.
This neck is really nice.
Thank you. That's my favorite neck ever, and I wish everything I owned had that neck.
I think that was my biggest thing. Like earlier, I was comparing that guitar to this guitar, and after playing that guitar and going back to this one, I was like, "Oh man, your neck is just so nice."
I love it.
It has
love that
everything
guitar.
that you like expect to feel in like a vintage neck. What is the age of that neck?
So Pancake is from 1961, body date of 11/1960, and a neck date of 2/61. So straddles 1960 and 61 quite nicely.
That's pretty early.
Yeah, it's great. It's that's the 4th year of production. Wait, 58, 59, 60, 61. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom again. This is
Oh my
ridiculous.
God.
Dang,
I'm
dude.
sorry,
What'd
guys.
you do to yourself?
I'm sorry. I had a hamburger for lunch. I'm not having a good
Not
time
agreeing
all of a
with you,
sudden.
huh?
I never do this in shows. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
That's
I'm
all
trying
right.
to like. There's just. So I guess the first question I would have is
Yeah.
the classic like Fender vintage radius is the 7 1/4.
7
So is
1/4,
this a
yeah.
7 1/4?
Absolutely.
Because my Jag Stang has a set like this in ways reminds me of my Jag Stang neck in terms of the size.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little bigger.
Oh.
Because I don't feel like I'm like having problems with. You know what it is?
Interesting.
The Jag Stang neck is 24-inch scale. This is the.
Oh, yeah,
This is
this
the
is
full
full-
scale.
full scale.
That's what
Yeah.
the difference is. I love when do you ever like come across a problem, and then you solve your own problem? It's my favorite thing.
all the time. All the time.
This is
Yeah.
like so. This is exactly. Not. It's not exactly because it's like much more worn in and like comfortable.
Yeah.
But this is if I actually could play that Jag Stang and the neck was the slightly longer scale, and then I played it for like 70 years, it might maybe approach feeling like this.
Well, I always find the trick with short scales for me is I always have to put way heavier strings on them for them to feel a little bit more playable for me personally. Like Jaguars usually get 12s or 13s, just because of that short scale. I really want that tautness back, and it tends to focus the notes a little bit nicer. But yeah, and 11 to 50 on this guitar too. Jazzmasters for me always get 11 to 50. I've tried 12s on them, and I don't like it quite as much. So, yeah.
What's the okay? So this is a Shelton.
Oh, so
3PO.
3PO, yeah, is made by a company called Shelton Electric, and they were so kind to indulge all of my weird guitar fantasies. So this guitar has 4 Curtis Novak pickups, 2 wide-range humbuckers in the neck and bridge pickup positions, a rainbow gold foil in the middle position, and behind the bridge there's a lipstick pickup there to pick up all the weird resonances that come from the length of string back there.
Yeah, we were messing around with that earlier, and it's having the neck pick or the behind the bridge pickup all the way like full power, and then rolling a little bit off one of the standard pickups gives it. It's like a very like spaghetti western smashing into like sci-fi sound.
Yes.
And I know that because a lot of like the classic spaghetti western sound is like that like wah wah wah, but then also sometimes a theremin, but it's like all of that to like an Ed Wood extreme.
Yeah, it's like a tuned reverb, like a ghostly other room sort of sound. And in fact, on my guitars, I go so far as to tune the length of string behind the bridge so that it resonates sympathetically with notes that I'm playing.
So you talked about that earlier. How does that work?
So to tune the notes behind the bridge on a Jazzmaster, you have to kind of fudge the intonation and radius. Like, generally, I will set my guitars up so the radius matches the fretboard perfectly, but sometimes, like say if the D doesn't quite do what you want it to, you can raise the D string a little bit, tune the note a little bit better, and not really sacrifice intonation so much.
Right.
So when I it's not plugged in, so I don't know if you can hear it on the mic, but there's a sympathetic vibration that comes back there. And with the pickup engaged, it picks that up beautifully.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird tool. Like I keep saying that this is my most impractical guitar that I own, and it truly is, but it's also the kind of the secret studio weapon. Mm-hmm. I've been playing with my friend Callie Kazoo, who is this punk rock singer-songwriter. And in one song called Human Pile, I've got a solo in which I activate only the behind the bridge pickup, and I'm just kind of doing
interesting
weird stuff with effects, chorus, and reverb. And it's such a unique kind of weird sound, kind of thing that harkens back to Sonic Youth and those kind of bands. So I don't know. It gives me something different, some other place to go other than, the standard guitar playing.
And how did, was a Jazzmaster just an early on? Like, what was your first guitar?
Oh, God. No, I didn't come to the Jazzmaster until 2010, actually. Quite late. Because
I feel like these two guitars are very, Instagram famous.
They are. They're more famous than I will ever be, and I'm totally fine with that. And I love showing off Pancake to people. I love getting it in people's hand because a lot of people don't have the ability to just go and play a vintage guitar all the time. And I've been fortunate in my career that I've played numerous examples from every year of production, and I know what I like. And I think Pancake is, for me, the shining star of everything that I've played. There's only one Jazzmaster that I would say is better than this one that I've played in all my years, and that one is the Freddie Tavares maple-necked 1958 guitar. It was the third one off the line by his recollection. Desert sand finish, black anodized guard, black pickups, loudest Jazzmaster pickups I have ever heard in my life. And also a gigantic neck, which means I can't play it, but So anyway, I came to the guitar the Jazzmaster quite late. Before that, I was diehard Gibson completely.
Oh, okay.
A Les Paul Standard was my first good guitar, and I played that for years. I finally sold it in 2014 because I just couldn't wear an 11-pound guitar anymore. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I still really love Gibsons. I just don't happen to own. I really don't own one now. So Jazzmaster's kind of taken over my whole thing. Yeah, I want to get back in that semi-hollow game someday.
Right.
For sure. So, Trini Lopez, I'm coming for you.
I played, I played the Cornell 335 at the last
That's a good
NAMM.
guitar.
That thing is really cool, too. And it kind of has, a little bit of a, I guess, I feel like anything with, a semi-hollow vibrato almost has kind of like an offset. It's the it's the offset of the semi-hollow world.
It's the offset of the Gibson line. Yeah, an offset with a Bigsby, a Gibson with a Bigsby is just wonderful. It makes me feel like I'm in Oasis. I love that stuff.
Wait, is that good or bad?
So good. I unabashedly love Oasis. Absolutely. So I'll get there.
What did I miss, boys?
Just talking about guitars.
Just talking about guitars,
these guitars. Learning things and stuff.
Did you talk about both of these guitars?
We did.
Where you came from? Yeah. I'll have to watch it.
I learned that this is
my own episode.
60 neck on a no, it's a
60 body with a
60
61
body
neck.
with a 61 neck.
You were so close. Oh,
I just had it flipped.
Also, so when I bought it, so the story of me getting this guitar was I found it in Portland in a guy's basement.
Wow.
I was there to pick up a tweed champ for the shop, which we found on Craigslist for I think $800, which was such a steal for that thing. And as I always do when I buy from Craigslist, I ask if they have anything else for sale. And this guy said, "Yeah, I have this shitty guitar."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so he went down to his basement and he came back up with the original brown case, and it was clearly caked in nicotine stains. It was disgusting. I could smell it before I could see it. And he said, "Yeah, I have this. I don't use it." And before he opened the case, I knew. I was like, this is going to be the one. So I just had the sense.
Is this your Luigi? Or?
That's my Luigi. It's a temporary tattoo. I always do that. I tried it on this one, but my Star Wars temporary tattoos didn't quite stick. Anyway, so he opens up the case. The neck pickup doesn't work. It is disgusting. It is dirty. It is brown in areas. All of the chrome on the guitar had a yellow tint. It was disgusting. It
Wow.
wasn't gold. It was just, you could wipe away the nicotine with your finger. Disgusting. Anyway, so I asked him how much he wanted for it, and he said, I won't go lower than $6,000. Because he had gone on eBay that day and seen what
Jeez.
pristine examples were going for in 2012. And I told him
Holy hell.
I told him he was off his rocker, and I said, that's dumb. I'm not buying it for $6,000. I was so feisty that day, I think because of traffic. I don't remember why. but I just wasn't in the mood. And I was like, if you want, you can either keep a guitar that you don't use, or I can give you $2,000 and you can have money. And he's like, no, I don't think so. And I said, all right, I'm leaving. And so I left without it. The other Mike from the guitar shop was there, and we went, got some lunch. I got a phone call on my phone, and he goes, okay, I'll come down to $4,000. I'll come down to $4,000 for you. And I said, nah, that's not good enough. And I hung up on him. Again, I was so feisty. I was just so over traffic. Driving from Seattle to Portland can be
It's like a 2-hour drive with no
Three.
traffic, right?
three and a half if you're
Wow.
lucky. And I try not to speed because I'm a good boy. So anyway, another half hour goes by. I am getting on the highway to go back to Seattle, and this guy calls me again. He goes, okay, I'll come down to $2,500, but you have to take my 70s Big Muff. And I was like, I have to. What do you mean I have to take? He's like, I'll throw it in, but you have to give me $2,500. And so I said, okay, I'm going to clear out my savings account. And I called my wife, who is wonderful and super, not just permissive, but she trusts me when I make a decision like this. And she said, okay, go for it. And so I took it and the Big Muff and took it home. And on the way back, Mike told me, hey,
Did you have to drive with like the windows down? Because it's
No,
smells so bad.
I decided to let it permeate my soul. But Mike happened to be looking for a 70s Big Muff for himself, and so he handed me $250 cash, and so I essentially got that for
Nice.
I think $22.50, which was great.
I mean, as it is now, say a villain came along, grabbed it, and says, ha 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 ha.
It's mine now, Mike. You'll never catch
I mean,
me.
twists his mustache and he holds it for ransom. What would you pay to get it back?
Am I allowed to Warriors style brawl with him on the street?
Well, you can do that, but you're still going to have to pay him money at the end of the day to get it back.
This is a weird rule set.
Even if you kill him, you'll have to put money in his
Like,
casket.
where's the line between,
Where's the line?
like, okay, I just pay him money to get it back, or like, I risk life and limb.
You know what sticks out to me about this question is that it's going on the internet and thus encouraging ne'er-do-wells.
Oh, you think people are
Dude.
going to steal it from you if they
I don't
find
know.
out that you'll
No.
pay?
So, Pancake is the kind of guitar that I could sell everything else I own and be completely happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily need anything else. I always reach for that one. So, you know, if say it were stolen, went to a pawn shop and went to somebody else and insurance wouldn't cover it for some reason, I would shift a bunch of stuff and just make it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what my limit would be. I don't think there is a limit. I think
4,500?
Ugh.
If it's a big
Ugh.
number.
I'm
I don't-
depressed
you think
now.
from just a straight value?
Are you depressed
from a-
because you'd say yes?
If let's say this, I know that if I were gonna sell it online, I could probably ask 5 to 6 for it. But I don't want to, and I'm not gonna ever. I'm gonna be buried with it. Let's just say that.
Okay.
It will travel with me
Mike
into the great
really
beyond.
likes this. It's an amazing guitar.
Thank
when
you.
When
So
I
I
pick up
guess
that
the-
guitar and I play it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I want every guitar to feel like. You know.
Well, I feel like this neck is what like all of the boutique companies like the way way
Yeah.
this neck is like just worn in. That's
Yeah.
what all of the companies
But
that
like
are doing.
this-
Like,
Everybody's after that
the
feel,
worn
and
in
it's
feel.
tough. It's tricky.
Are trying to do this.
Danocaster and Joe Riggio are the only two makers that I have found that do a neck that feels like that. That really feels like that. Like, there are a lot of really great smooth necks out there, and I'm not trying to discount, but those happen to be my favorite. Joe Riggio and Danocaster absolutely nailed it. And so let's do this thought experiment. If there was a fire and I wasn't able to save Pancake, I know that 61 is a year that I really like as far as like the way the pickups are wound, the way the neck feels. The neck shapes are generally sort of in that ballpark. So I could theoretically get another, like Vader. Vader is has just been refinished by Danocaster, but the neck on that is exactly this thin down at the nut and slightly chunkier up near the 10th fret. And so I would be fine with that. And in fact, that guitar is way lighter than Pancake. So, you know, as I get older and gray, that might be better for me. But
so then I guess the other question I would have is on this is you mentioned that you got this from like a nicotine covered case and a nicotine covered guitar.
Yeah.
So is how much of the wear on this, or is all of the wear on it like?
It was pretty well worn actually when I picked it up. That arm wear spot was already there, but much smaller. I have also added definitely a lot to it.
Is that all natural relic, or did you?
It's all supernatural. Well, that doesn't answer your question.
Yeah,
at
all
all. That
supernatural is
implies
like you prayed and then
Ghosts did
that
it.
was the wrong thing.
Ghosts did that relic.
Ghosts and ghouls and goblins from beyond
because
the grave.
in a sense, like this is the heavy relic that I think a lot of the time when we see stuff like this being sold is like, oh, relic 1999 American whatever.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, this is what you think a relic should look like.
So this is a picture the day I bought it, and this is a picture of, when was this posted? 2018, November 22nd.
If you can,
So-
screen grab that and send it to me real quick.
I can
if
send
you
that, but you can see it.
Yeah.
The great yellow spot has gotten much bigger.
Yeah.
And that's just you playing it.
That's just me playing
And
it.
then, yeah, you can see in that picture, too, all of the upper arm wear. I'm so far
Yeah.
off mic, but it'll work out.
It'll work out. It'll be fine.
This spot of pick wear right here, the very upper arm wear was worn away. There was a lot of damage on the bottom. Most of that was there. The buckle rash, I have certainly made that worse over the years, but it was still present. But all of the behind the bridge wear, that's all me because I'm not nice to it. All of these incursions are all me.
This one's really interesting too because you can tell that this is new.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this,
it's not the same.
it's all like almost like probably like the original wood.
Is that from
It's
you
like
strumming
effectively
behind the
like
bridge?
a white wood?
All of my guitars have that.
You love to strum behind the bridge
That's what
there.
I do. I love it. I
And you
tune
make it
them.
work too. You were playing earlier plugged into an amp, and it's like he does musical stuff back there.
Thank you.
Like
I'm
I
gonna
feel
throw
like
this
when
back
I
up
when I
because
do
I'm
that sort of
freaking
stuff,
out.
it's like to make noise and to like make freak out sounds. But you were actually like making playable stuff down there.
Yeah, when we play the songs in Fellow Robots first record, when we play those songs live, I sustain notes behind the bridge a lot. Like I have whole parts in songs written around it. Yeah, it's a big deal to me, and that's why all of my guitars look like crap. Especially Pancake. And I don't know, like case kept pristine instruments, like sure, keep them in a glass case if you want to use them as an investment, but guitars like Pancake were meant to be played, and I'm not going to be nice to it. Like I'm going to play that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play it the way that I play and not baby it because
cool.
it's the best guitar I've ever played.
Well, it feels so good. You gotta play it.
Gotta play
It has
bro.
that feeling like you want to be kind of rough with that guitar. Like it just feels light. It feels natural and fast.
There is like a weird thing, like I think that's, you know, I can't speak for like obviously people have their taste and whatever, and if you want to keep your guitar clean and shiny and that's great. I'm definitely like on the shiny side. Like I hate fingerprints on my instruments. Like I will like sit there with a shirt and like once I start noticing it, I'm like, oh, I gotta buff this out. But like dings and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like good instruments that feel good for me, like it makes me want to really dig in and see like what can I really coax out of this instrument.
Yes, exactly.
And that's naturally going to lend itself to like, maybe I got a little carried away there and you know, flung my body on the ground a little.
Like a couple years ago, I bought a 76 Fender Starcaster, one of my dream guitars. I bought it from a music shop in, I think, Rhode Island or Maine. And they had it on the wall marked at 1,600, and one of my Instagram followers were like, hey, I think you would like this. You need to buy it. And so I did immediately. And it got sent to me, and it had been, the story they told me was that it had been kept in its case for many years. Its owner passed away in the 90s, and the family was just looking to sell. Something like that. So, and who knows, that might not be true, but the guitar was literally pristine. The neck was like bright white maple, like the finish hadn't even faded, and I loved that guitar, but I couldn't play it. It was too nice.
It was too clean.
It made me nervous. Same thing with the 68 SG that I had. It had never had a neck break, and every time I took it to a show, I was like, I'm gonna ruin this. I'm gonna break this. So I can't do that. So when I found Pancake, it's already messed up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it all that much worse. I will admit, though, there's that one line of pick wear right above the middle of the guitar, like right above the rhythm circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit bad about that one 2 weeks ago when I made it. I came home and cleaned my guitar, and then Chris was like, oh, it looks like you did something. And I went, oh boy. And I was like, wait, that wasn't there 2 weeks ago. And I looked at a photo, and I went, oh, okay.
It's funny that you have like this photographic record of the progression of this guitar, because you post so many photos.
That's kind of, I mean, I love that guitar, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to brag on the internet, but I do kind of post it because I want a record of every
Well, it's like your
thing I
it's
do
like
to
your
it.
pet, you know.
Yeah.
It's like people post pictures of their pets and their kids all the time. It's it's special to you. It should be special to you. It's an amazing guitar.
Thank you. That makes me happy. I don't have kids, but I bet that's what it feels like when people compliment your children.
Now, when people compliment my children, I'm like, you're wrong.
Yeah, usually
Someday my kids are gonna listen
usually
to this.
it's something about like, oh, your kids are so well behaved, and you're like,
Yeah, stop by at bedtime.
These
We'll
kids are
see.
freaks. What are you talking about? My kids
But
are
it's like
assholes,
I pick
dude.
up that guitar and I'm sincerely like, that word is stuck in my head now.
Make so many cool words.
We invented that word like 2 episodes ago, and I'm sincerely like, this is like a dream guitar, the way this feels and the way it plays. Like, this is the way that like a vintage guitar, like people imagine it's going to play and perform and respond to your playing dynamics. It's just amazing. And like going back and forth between it and my Jazzmaster is like, I love this thing. It's a great example
let's go
of a
like
Squire.
Great guitar. I love it.
let's
it's
go
like-
light your guitar on fire.
The pleasure factor between the two of them is like off the charts with yours versus mine. Like, this is a great playing guitar,
Really
but
great playing.
but it doesn't hit that pleasure factor in it all the same way. And I don't know how to like quantify that,
No,
but
we just got to get it there.
just gotta get it there.
Just got to get it there.
So your
You
recommendation
smoke a
with
lot of cigarettes.
Smoke.
I need
a
to start
lot.
smoking,
Step 1.
or I need to get this around people that smoke. I need to lend it to a smoker.
That's not a bad idea if you don't want to do the smoking yourself.
Find a smoker. Just be like, hey, can I hang this on your wall of your house? I'll come back for it in a year.
You should just get like a shed, put the guitar in the shed, light like 4 cartons of cigarettes, just throw them all
I
in
know
Cigarettes
people
are
who have done that.
expensive,
close
dude.
the door. Yeah, but that's cheaper than sending it off to somebody to relic it.
No, but if I hang it on the wall of someone who already smokes, they're gonna buy the cigarettes. They're gonna smoke them all.
How about if you don't want to wait a year?
Well,
He's
if
gonna-
I
And
wait,
you
he's gonna
put
find
it in
a
a
heavy-
little box.
he's gonna
You're
find
gonna
a heavy
compress all
smoker.
that nicotine into one fell swoop.
why does it have to be cigarette smoke? I've got a smoker in the backyard. I could throw some cherry or
Get some nice apple wood.
some hickory in there. Something
That's
like
probably
that.
gonna get too hot.
Do some. That is
It won't
correct.
get that.
You're
It
gonna
won't
melt
get,
your guitar.
It won't get much hotter than the trunk of a car.
Which can melt your finish.
It's poly. That's the thing, though. This is all poly. This isn't
that's the
nitro
thing.
like your guitar.
No, you can still ruin.
What I got to do
A
is I
poly guitar.
got to take this apart. I got to put this body in a big Rubbermaid bin and just shake it for half an hour.
That's the trick.
There.
That's the trick.
Done.
Is that what you do?
That's what I do to all of my guitars. The Rubbermaid trick works flawlessly every time. Met with silence.
A lot of silence this episode.
It's
like-
my catchphrase.
Yeah. That's your signature move to inspire silence.
I quieted the room.
And I have initiated a vacuum of comedy.
All right, we want to do this last ad.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to do it? This ad is sent by Jason Weiser. It's custom strat, not Fender. It's in Platte City, Missouri. We're hitting the Midwest hard this episode.
Is that how you spell hobbyist? No,
It's not. But it needs to be set up hobbyist/enthusiast.
It's the hobbyist guitar you're likely to come across.
I'm looking for more of a hobbyer guitar, personally. Hobbyist is just a little too much hobby for me.
How do you spell hobbyist? That's gonna
Just
bug me.
hobbyist.
Right?
Hobby and then IST. Custom neck, custom body, artistic pick guard, hand painted.
Yeah.
I like this body. I do. This pick guard is, oh man.
The pick guard is too much. It looks like they did like a blood splatter, like sort of like splatter paint sort of thing on it.
It's dope. Reminds
know-
me of the pink slime from Ghostbusters 2. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, the body, yeah, but like, also I don't understand this neck, this dragon inlay neck.
Yeah, I look at this and I'm like, I like that paint job. I like this swirly pink and purple thing. It's easy to swap that pick guard out and put, just the flat white on there, or parchment would look really good on this.
Yeah.
But then, that neck. Here's my thought on the neck. With this amount of detail put into the neck with the inlay, it's got to be a good player, right? It's got to be a decent playing neck. No one would put that amount of effort into a neck that's not good, right?
I mean, it depends on what custom neck means, because there's companies that make whole entire acoustic guitars covered in inlays that look like this.
Sure.
Esteban
And-
has a line of guitars that are horrible that have inlays like that. So I don't think that those things are...
You don't think it matters that
No,
much? They
I
got
don't-
some factory farting them out.
I think that people will do anything to anything, regardless of its merit. So
That's probably true.
you can quote me on that.
That will probably become a line on the show. People will do anything to anything. I just look at it, I'm like, $350, you get a cool body, and there might be a decent playing neck in there with a really gaudy inlay.
Love that body.
It's got this, like Chinese restaurant, like Chinese dragon sort of motif going on with the inlay.
Was that a koi fish? What is that in the middle there?
That's the middle of the body.
Oh,
you've
I see
got-
the dragon is
You've
going
got the
whole way
dragon
up.
head, and it disappears, and it like wraps around.
I don't mean to begrudge. Like, the style is not for me, but I think the work is nice. The work is really great, and I don't begrudge the skill it takes to do something like that.
Sure.
But it's just not
All
something
right.
I'm interested in.
Money talks. What do you pay for this?
I feel like $350 is fair.
Really?
Wow.
I mean, if you look at it as a bucket of parts, like try getting a neck and a body for $350 from like a parts company.
I'm not going to put a value on this until I
custom-
know what not Fender means.
Custom neck, custom body. That doesn't mean anything. This bridge setup here. This is a Squire at
that's,
best.
that's
that's
a
a
bargain
cheap
barrel
bridge.
part for sure.
Which
You're
to me
right.
also means that this pick guard. This
see
is a
those pickups.
single ply pick guard. Probably
Those are Squire pickups. For
they're
sure.
How can
Yeah.
you tell?
Look at those tiny ass pole pieces.
Just
It's
'cause-
definitely like
just because they're little, you don't think they're good.
it definitely screams
Little
like
things can be
import.
good.
Like I'm not gonna say it.
I'm telling you guys.
I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's definitely like budget. Like this is all budget stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
The neck is chintzy to me. Like it's just kind of like gaudy for the sake of nothing. I love this body. I think the body's great.
I love
about
the
that
body.
body.
What would we pay for the body?
150,
I'm
easy.
saying 150 to 200 for the whole thing. I'd put the neck on eBay, get what I can get for it. Everything else becomes parts bucket.
99
Reuse the body.
cents. I feel like I'm on Price is Right.
I'll do $1.
Every once in a while,
I
the
just
dollar
sniped ya.
person wins. Just the freakiest thing about the Price is
Yeah.
Right.
That's nuts. People really don't know what RVs cost.
Not like us. We know exactly what RVs cost.
It's like
I keep up in the RV market.
I'm always reading RV Trader.
I'm just looking for that next excuse to get the hell out of Dodge. Start living my life on the open road, amigo.
Well, we did it, guys. We did another ad.
We did it.
Mike, you survived the longest podcasting session we've
The
done in a long time.
longest.
It's midnight now.
is it really? No, it's
8:11.
11:35.
Oh, that's on your picture.
It's 11:35.
Oh my God, it's 11:35.
All right. Tell us about the song, Steve.
This week's song was sent by Co Schneider. He says, here's the freshest song I've written for my new band. Not sure what
So
to call
fresh.
it yet. Guitars, bass, baritone, and vocals are me. Drums are my buddy Julio. Song is called I'm Like You. Oh, not sure what we are called yet. He's not sure what the band is called yet. But the song is called I'm Like You. So this is Co Schneider from the Flippin' Flippers podcast.
I'm excited to hear this baritone work.
And yep, there you go.
Well, you're going to have to listen in after I edit this episode.
All right. I'll be there.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Stay grounded.
Took a hard pass on the modern class. Won't be leaving fast, don't forget my past. I'm like you. I'm like you. Like you. I'm like you. Been singing songs about my life, my job, my friends, and my pretty wife. I'm like you. Like you. Like you. Like you. Drink my beer till I think real clear. Wishing I was holding my baby dear. I'm like you. Like you. Like you. Who are you? Drink my beer till I think real clear. Wishing I was holding my baby dear.